Hi, thanks for tuning into the Tom Bertelsen Show. Matthew Perry has passed away. I met him 6 or 7 times because I did some theater with his dad. And he and his father were producers on a show where I understudied John Ritter about 20 years ago. And he and I weren't friends. And I met him 6 or 7 times, and he never remembered meeting me when we did. But I had plenty of run-ins with him because of theater and some small conversations. And yeah, Los Angeles is a small town. The rumors are true. Matthew and I were the same age. I am 10 days older than Matthew Perry. And in LA, amongst casting, they sometimes put you into a type. And they say, well, he's a Matthew Perry type. And that's how big Matthew Perry was to this world, because now and forever, he is an archetype to say, well, what's that guy like? Well, he's like a Matthew Perry type. He's like Matthew Perry. And then they know where to put you in a little box or whatever they do. For 10 years, at the height of NBC's sitcom dominance, for 10 years, Matthew Perry could not walk down the street in any city in the world without being recognized. Everyone knew his name and his face, and if they didn't, they knew him as Chandler Bing. And I saw an interview with Matthew on David Letterman, and he said, I knew I'd made it when I heard David Letterman say my name. He had just released his book, Friends, Lovers, and the Big Terrible Thing. He was on a book tour, and it talked about his battle with addiction, and it's been well documented in the public because of his fame. We had our microscope on Matthew Perry. That's what we do. And I bring that up specifically because in just a few days, I will celebrate my 10-year sobriety from alcohol. And this is not a humble brag. This is just where I'm at today, that I had always been compared to Matthew. We're the same age, height, skin tone, hair, comedic timing, except Matthew's much better looking than I am. So when I got sober, I followed his story more closely than ever, and I felt a real connection to this man I barely knew. It's hard to quit drinking in a world that loves it so much. If you don't drink, everybody wants to know why. You want to meet for a drink? Let's get drinks before dinner. Let's get after dinner drinks. Let's get a nightcap. Can we bring drinks into the show? Are they serving drinks? Beer and wine? Open bar? It is an open bar? How long is it's a temporary open bar? It's only open bar until 8 o'clock or until a certain thing. You know, we're meeting friends before. We should get drinks beforehand. We're going to his house for dinner. We should bring a bottle of wine. I don't know what to get that guy as a gift. What's he drink? You get a bottle. I can get him a bottle of something. It's always drinking. It was difficult for me to adjust, and I still have to make adjustments when people find out I don't drink. But in a worldwide known Matthew Perry world, I can't fathom what that is like, to have the entire world know you and know what you're going through. But again, that's what we do. I wanted to talk about Matthew today to say 2 things, really. He was, and still is, he's a giant in our popular culture. The cast of Friends all are. His ability, his charm, and everything made him just a colossal talent. A colossal talent. Secondly, when I met him, he's a regular dude. And we talked like average guys. I met him 4 or 5 times, and every time I met him, we just talked about nothing. It was always, did you see the game? Yeah, I saw the game. Did you see that? But you watch that movie, that television show, something like that? What do you think that thing cost? Average guys at the event talk. Just small talk. Keeping in mind that he's just a dude. An incredibly talented dude living an extraordinary life. I had officiated 2 weddings that weekend when I found out about Matthew's death, and it was, as a minister for the Universal Life Church. It was between weddings, it was after one or before the other. And I had to take a minute to try and process what was happening in my head and then shelve it for later until I could write it out and tell you. I grieve his loss. I grieve his loss. He was an incredible person with gifts and with flaws. Lastly, I hate to end on a negative note, but I don't know if it, I hate that we say things like, well, how did it happen? Is he the second or the third? Because, you know, they always die in threes. Yeah, I had him in my Deadpool. Oh, yeah, I figured. Matthew Perry, yeah, how did he die? Yeah, did you read his book? Yeah. I hate that. Bigger than life, popular culture, actors, musicians, singer-songwriters, models, athletes, they're just regular people. They are just regular people going through an extraordinary life. Thank you for watching.